Okay, good morning once again, and hope you all are doing fine. And I see people have joined now, and let's start. So today we are going to talk about how you guys can crack the product-based companies and be the part of it, and how code writers can help you with that. Okay, so what basically we are trying to guide you here is how uh, the how the people who are into top product based companies had made their way, what are their journey, what are their experiences, and how they made their way to those companies. So we have here our two mentors who has already done this task, and they are going to share their experience. They are going to talk about something about themselves, so that you can relate and you can learn, and we are going to uh, introduce them and talk more about the process involved in it. So Aditya, can you please continue? Can you please tell me about tell everyone about yourself and what are you doing, like what are your expertise and how these students can do something like you.
Sure, Swapnil, sure. So, hello everyone and good morning. So, my name is Aditya, and currently I'm working at Amazon as a software developer, and I'm working since past August, September. And before that, I was working as a software developer at Coding Blocks. So, I have a 1 year experience, and I also have a great competitive profile and have a good rating at Code Chef and Code Forces, and also well efficient in DSA. And I also cracked many other offers from different product-based companies and service-based companies as well in my college time. And so I'm from Ambala, and that's it. So there is one more mentor, Tushar. So I would like him to introduce him. So Tushar, can you take it forward? A small introduction.
Yeah. Hey guys, welcome. Good morning, pleasant good morning. I'm Tushar. So, क्या हाल है? I think a lot of people from Minute. Super excited to meet you all. So, hi, I'm Tushar and I'm from NIT Allahabad. I'll be joining Mintra, and I also have an offer from CureFit. So basically, I, Aditya, and one more mentor is there. So we are kind of trying to impart our knowledge, the skills that we have really learned, the mistakes that we have done. Today we are here to share with you our mistakes and our learnings, so that you may try avoiding that mistakes. You can try taking that direct you can try taking that direction, because you guys, success, I think, is a vector quantity. Okay, what I believe is that success is a vector quantity. Along with the magnitude, along with the amount of effort that you are really putting in, the direction is also important. Okay, the direction, because it's a vector quantity, so along with the magnitude, the direction is also important. So it is really important that you guys can feel free to interact with us and try to discuss your doubts first, and then I will try to share my experience. Aditya will try to share his experience of how this journey is like, what all difficulties do you face, what all things you do have in mind. So we'll try to just throw some light on that. But before that, I really want you guys, Sejal, Arpit, Sneha, and a lot of everybody who is present here, and those who are joining a little late, you guys can try, feel free asking your questions, what all things you are really concerned about, and then I will try to maybe address all of them in one go, and I will try to share my learnings as well. Please feel free to discuss your ask your doubts here.
Yes, guys, let's make this session a bit interactive so that you guys don't get bored, and it's benefit for both of us.
Come on
Yeah,
guys, come on.
raise your hands and ask questions. We will unmute you. And one more thing, let us know in which year you guys are in. In which year you guys are in. Type into chat box. Let us know where is majority audience coming from.
And yeah,
Second year, okay, good, second, third, okay. Hmm.
okay,
First of all, I
so
must appreciate all of you guys that you are really trying, you are really concerned from the very beginning, second year, third year. वरना जनरली लोगों को लास्ट ईयर में आके पता लगता है कि कुछ करना है
हम
but
जैसे को
yeah but I'm really happy to see the audience from the second year, third year, that they are really concerned that yes, I need to get to the placements. So super excited and happy for you guys. Wonderful. Okay, yeah, amazing. Okay, so so I would also like to ask from you guys, what do you really think about, what are your doubts? Like second years, what I understand, like the third year people, you guys are mostly like in your sixth semester. So when you're in your sixth semester, by this end of this, maybe in May, you will be having your placements. You will be having your placements, right? And similarly for the second year, you are almost in your fourth semester or about to begin or whatever. So by May, or maybe I think July would be better, right? So by July you will be having your internships. So similarly you guys are having your internships. What I understand is that you guys are having roughly 4 months from now. 4 months time is left: April, May, June and July. Okay, you guys are, how to improve the logic building? Good. Okay, I'll try to discuss on that. लॉजिक बिल्डिंग पर डिस्कशन करेंगे. और बताइए, बिकॉज जो देखो, आई रियली अंडरस्टैंड दैट व्हाट ऑल थिंग्स दैट यू रिक्वायर, what all things that you want, isn't it really good that the webinar also goes in that flow only, right?
Yeah.
I am trying to think of anything general, I am trying to talk anything general, that will not be really beneficial for you guys in general. ठीक है, जो चीज आप पूछना चाहते हो, यू ऑलवेज वांटेड दैट कि somebody कोई गाइड करे, कोई बता दे, कुछ बता दे कि कैसे करें. तो जो आपका पूछना है, फील फ्री टू पुट इन द चैट सेक्शन. ठीक है, यू कैन अनम्यूट और यू कैन पुट इन द चैट सेक्शन. So we will try to discuss on logic building definitely. What else do you guys want to maybe discuss or understand? Like Aditya will also discuss about Amazon's interview experience. What type of questions? What language is best for beginners? Okay.
This is the like a very good question. This will help everyone. So we'll discuss on this.
So interview experience will also be discussed. Okay. Interview experience. अपने अपने यार, मतलब जब मेरे कॉलेज में आते थे ऐसे लोग कि कोई बताने वाला आ रहा है, मैं तो भर भर के सवाल पूछ रहा था कि ये बता दो, वो बता दो, ये कैसे करें, वो कैसे करें. इट्स एन अपॉर्चुनिटी गाइस, वरना यू विल हैव टू स्टिल फाइंड आउट, ट्राई टू कनेक्ट ऑन लिंक्डइन एंड देन मे बी आस्क द पीपल. वो इतना नहीं बता पाते. अब तो बंदा सामने से पूछ रहा है कि बताओ भाई. ऑपरेशन एग्जीक्यूटिव, ऑपरेशन एग्जीक्यूटिव्स you mean by in the product side, operation executives, Nishu?
I guess so.
In the product development, well, I think product development is not really related to maybe coding or anything in general. That is what, how you communicate or how you present, how you market yourself, how you're trying to the supply chain part, which is good for us time at this
So
time.
that this question will get covered in
Languages
the previous question. Yes. How to
What
choose a
else?
programming language for job point of view. देखो, for job point of view, you don't need a programming language. It's different. So that will get answered in the language section only.
Language section only. Yeah. Okay. Hanji, what about others, guys? How to prepare ourselves for off-campus industry? Good question. Good question. Preparation tips for off-campus.
Yeah.
So this is the next point that we'll try to discuss. Preparation
How
tips.
a startup or look for job first. Join a startup or look for it. Both are same. In startup also you get a job, and in MNC also you get a job.
Preparation strategies for off-campus. I will try to throw both light on internship and placement. I'll try to cover both the aspects.
And okay, so Nishu, you are in which year?
Fourth.
First year. You got placed in Infosys. Well, nice. If this is the case, then definitely go for it. Like, there is no question if it is possible. Self-development, competitive programming, which is good.
Development.
Okay, so we'll discuss on this.
I don't know why my handwriting is really so bad today. Never mind.
I want to ask you, the role is good for my growth.
Well, I think Nishu, since you're in the first year, I think you are an intelligent guy. So I really want you to explore the other fields, try to get some better offers, because try to think of it in this direction. If you have really got it in the first year, this OE role, there is a high possibility that you will get this role again, maybe at a later stage, not in this company, but in other company, whatsoever. But that exploration part, if you will really focus or maybe try to jump in that OE field at this very moment, you will not be able to explore the other fields. Maybe try to go for the software role, try to go for the Android development, the web development. In the first year, it's all about exploration. I think you're in the second semester. So it's all about exploration and trying to see different fields and see what best suits you. This OE rule you can definitely get at a later stage also. That is what I believe.
Yeah, I just miscalculated that OE from any development role. So yes, Tushar is right.
ठीक है, तो इतने सारे सवाल हैं क्या? बाकी सब क्लियर चल रहा है वो?
हाँ, इन सारे सवाल से आई थिंक सब कुछ हो जाएगा क्लियर.
ठीक है.
चैट बॉक्स में अभी भी मौका है, टाइप कर दो whatever question you
मौका
wanted
रहेगा.
to ask.
मौका
Yeah.
रहेगा.
मौका. No. Anyways.
DSA or CP, which is the best for placement? This will get covered in web development versus competitive.
Okay. Yeah. ठीक है. Okay. Also, other guys are also feel free to. You guys can discuss, stop me at any point. Maybe try to cover all this. So first of all, I think we'll try to go step by step. Yeah. What's job company for new? क्या है? Job in a company for new branch students, AI and DS.
So
AI and DS is a
asking-
new branch in the college, right? Vishal? That is what I understand. So I don't actually, companies don't really specify on that what was your branch. They will try to pick you in one of the skills, in one of the requirements they have. So for example, you are selected for the AI role, then you will be working in AI part. Okay. For example, you are selected for the development role, web development, ML development, or anything, then you will be working in that role. For example, there is a company, Infosys. So Infosys is trying to cover all these aspects. Infosys is having a lot many different fields: web development, Android development. You can go for the machine learning, or you can go for the Android, whatever. Okay. There are a lot other languages. So a lot of things are there, right? Infosys, Cognizant, for which profile you are selected, and that thing is independent of your branch. Okay. Even if you are from electrical, or I understand that some people are non-CS background also, they also really want to get into those product-based companies or maybe any service-based companies. So it is like the general roadmap is same. First of all,
how to crack internship at Amazon.
yeah, we have people from Amazon. They will guide you the best on this. Okay. Let's try to, I think, start with the languages part. The languages part, I think the flow will be something like, I will try to add my views on the any part, and then Aditya and Swapnil can feel free to add further. That is, I think we'll try to keep the flow in this way.
Web development with ASP.NET or development with Python is just better. Okay, this is a bit focused question, so we can answer it right away. So according to me, like, Python is better. What do you say, Tushar?
Yeah, definitely. Python is better because once you understand the language Python, Python has a lot of vast scope also. So along with Python, you will be able to get more offers or more different job roles at different profiles. So, and Python is also having other applications. So you will be, having a good idea of the Python language. And so ASP.NET is, try to more focused on any particular language and not very growing language. That is what I believe.
No, actually, on ASP.NET, I would like to clear one thing. Actually, I want work on this. So this technology is quite going to popular in further year, but obviously Python is widely popular more than ASP.NET. You will walk into a specific application. You have to learn different languages as well along with the .NET framework. So Python, you can explore domains as well. So that is why I will also recommend you to Python. But if you wanted to specific application, then you should go on ASP.NET.
Okay.
So
great. So I think let's start with the languages discussion. First of all, guys, you are in your second year or in third year. so language is not a very big barrier for you
So
at this
Tushar,
point.
let's go with the alternative sections. I'll take this question, you take the second question.
Okay.
Okay, so guys, as you said that you are in first, second, third year, and the main question for everyone, as far as I know, is which language should I start with, or do I need to learn multiple languages? So do I need to learn Python, or should I start with the basic language? So the best thing to do is like start with the basic language, which is like C++ or Java. You can start with either of them because in both of them you write a plain logic. So for problem solving skills, C++ and Java are the best. And apart from them, if you do problem solving in Python, then there are multiple inbuilt functions that are already available. When you go to when you go to any interview and you write that inbuilt function, then the interviewer might ask you to explain what is happening inside that function. So that's why I would suggest ki start with the basic language, and they are a bit more difficult to learn. So once you master these languages, then you are easily able to grab any other language outside present outside here. And no company focuses on language. That's the first part. So even if you know one language, that is more than sufficient. Like no need to learn any other language until and unless you are shifting to a development side. So for problem solving, keep it C++ or Java, nothing else. The company only asks you about the logic, and they don't say you ki code this in Java, code this in C++, code this in Python. They won't ask. They will say in whatever language you are comfortable, just write the logic. And by logic, I means a pseudo code. For example, like Tushar, can you give an example of pseudo code? Like few functions you are writing as a plain logic. Even in English, that would work.
Okay.
So it's totally language independent. You guys know don't have to worry about the language. There are few companies like Hasden and a few more. So they are focused on Java, but again, exceptions are always there. So, and coming to second question, ki should I learn multiple languages? So the answer is no, you should not, because once you master a language and you can solve any problem in that language, then what's the point of learning a different language? Uh, okay, and learning a different language will hardly take you around 14 to 15 days if you have mastered a low level language. Okay, so the C++ is low level, then Java is a bit more high level, and then Python, and then so on. So that's the hierarchy of languages. So start with the basic language, and once you shift to the development, then switch to a development language that, for example, Node.js for backend and Java for backend, or Python. And for front end, it's only JavaScript, plain JavaScript, and you have to learn any framework for that. So yeah, that I think that answers the question. So the a summary is, please don't focus on language and start with any basic language, C++ or Java. Can't we direct master Python without going? You can definitely master Python. There is absolutely no doubt. But when you go to any interview, so there are many inbuilt functions that are already present in Python. It's super simple to write code in Python, like very easy. So the same code that you are writing in C++ of 20 plus lines, in Python that is possible in one line. So the interviewer might ask you explain me this logic, and there are high chances if you are working on Python, then you might not know the logic behind that function. So you can, but I would prefer a basic language because it opens up your mind. So which type of framework, sir? Which type of framework or which framework? So currently, like React is the most popular framework for front end. It's open source and have a like हमेशा available रहता है इनका help section. So I prefer React, and you can also go for Vue.js, Angular, and few more. But the most popular and widely used currently is React.
And currently in the industry, highest paying framework is React framework. So I think you can choose accordingly. You
Yes.
people are smart enough.
Chalo,
Anyways,
I think that answers the question. So any cross questioning?
cross questioning. Yeah, time for cross questioning also.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hifaz raised his hand. Hifaz, can you write in chat, or Swapnil, can you unmute Hifaz? Hifsa, sorry.
Will how long it takes to learn a programming language, that is really dependent on how dedicated you are, number one, and that is also dependent on, like, it's a more or less a learning process. It is not like that try learning a language first. Okay, what I would suggest you guys, try start the problem solving. Okay, try start problem solving. Okay, the problem solving part is there. So this section comes under the logic building section. I will be trying to discuss how to build a logic, how to things improve things, and this will also cover the idea of learning a language. So all these things will come under one umbrella. So yeah, so learning a language is not something that you need to learn a language specifically. Okay, you don't need to learn a language specifically. You should focus a lot on problem solving. Okay, you should focus a lot on the problem solving part. What do I mean by problem solving part? Start with very basic. Okay, let us start with very basic. For example, the basic thing in programming is understanding the loops. Try to understand the loops part first. Okay, when you understand this loops part, okay, so for example, the language that I'm considering for now is Java. Okay, for now that I'm thinking that I need to learn Java, I need to practice Java, I need to be confident in Java, I should be able to write good code in Java, I should be able to design that code, write beautifully, name good variables, and lot of things. So it is not like this. Okay, right. So for example, the problem solving part is something that you should really focus on if you want to target that 10 plus companies. Okay, okay. If you want to go for the 10 plus LPS, okay, and then maybe for 10 to 18 range, this is what I'm talking about. So every range package has a different strategy to start with. For if you want to target this range, for this range, the problem solving, I believe, is one of the most important and fundamental ideas for any company. Okay, problem solving. How to improve the problem solving? Start with very basic loops, then start with maybe at a later stage data structures. When you're trying to data cover the data structures, what all are part of data structures? And just a second, Aditya, is it readable, right, the screen, or should I enlarge it to some
Yes,
extent?
yes, it's readable.
It's readable. Okay, thank you. So then you should try to focus on data structures. What comes in data structures? Linked list, stack, queue. So when you will be following this structured process, linked list is there, then stack queue is there, and then maybe heap map. Lot of things are there, right? So all these are data structures. Data structures are those things that in which you can manipulate the data, or you can use to change the data, right? So when you will be understanding this data structures, each of the data structures is also having a corresponding Java syntax. So each of the data structure will have a Java syntax, that how to implement stacks and how to implement queues in this, right? So when you will be practicing those, when you will be practicing these problem solvings, in order to implement them, you will definitely you will have to learn this language. Okay, you will have to learn this language, and this is something that will come on your own. Okay, for example, I'm trying a very simple problem. For example, I'm trying like sum of natural numbers, or maybe I'm trying to figure out the maximum element. I'm trying to figure out the maximum element. I know that I will be maintaining a max variable. I will be trying to use a for loop. I will be trying to go to all the elements. I must be less than n and I plus plus. And then something at some moment there will be always a point where I will get stuck. So I will try to go to the GFG. For the very beginners, okay, for the very beginners, or even for the advanced people, what I believe is GFG is like God heaven types. Okay, focus on GFG for very beginning. Because why? Because they are having good content, good and easy content. Okay, step by step understanding, good, because good and easy content is there in GFG, right? Step by step approach is there. They will tell you the syntax. Okay, they will tell you the syntax, that what all things are there in the Java, what all learning perspectives are there. This is how you will learn a language. By problem solving only you will try to improve the logic building. But the important part is try to follow a structured manner. Okay, 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 try to follow try to follow a structured manner that will take your process little smoother through a little easy path. I told you, right? It's a direction, the direction that matters. So try to take a good direction. We at Code Riders also try to give this to students, like what all the mentorship, the guidance, the step by step guidance, right? That is required to solve these problems, what problems to approach, what is the approach to any problem. We also try to focus on the language, Java language, the learning part, placement, internships. Well, that everything is okay. But yeah, suggest some platforms for learning and practice. Where for the way, if you are really a beginner, I would strongly recommend go for GFG. There is nothing better than that at this moment. But if you're really little proficient at a little advanced stage, then the second best platform that is definitely lead code. Okay, lead code, GFG and lead code both are more than enough, believe me on that. Okay, they are more than enough on that. You can try starting with GFG, try understanding the language, try practicing the language, try practicing the basic problems for loop, array, math, strings. So these are very basic topics. If you are covering these basic topics, it is good for trying to up till 5 to 7 LPA. So if you're going to try for 5 to 7 LPA, and then basic topics are really good. Basic topics, I would like to say 3 to 7 LPA. Basic topics are more than enough if you want to practice them from GFG. Okay, we are also trying to cover this aspect of placement range is also covered. I think Swapnil will try to throw some more light on this at a little later stage. Yeah, so this is what I think, GFG and then lead code. Okay, I hope this part is also clear. Any further questions in this language learning? So language learning, what I strongly feel, is a 3 to 4 months complete end-to-end process where you will be having a very good hold command of the language. Number one, you will be good in the logic building. How you will be good in logic building? With the problem solving. I would strongly recommend you try solving 3 problems on a day. Try to form a groups, okay, 3 to 4 problems on a day. Try to form a WhatsApp group. Try to form your friends community where you and add 3 questions. So suppose there is a group of 3 people or 4 people. So 4 people, every day they will contribute one problem into that pool, and you 4 of you will always try to solve all those 4 problems and try to help each other with the syntax part, or maybe and telling what is wrong, what is right. This way you will all 4 will go together. So that is the best way I have followed in my college life, and I think that works. You should also try this. That peer pressure thing is always there. यार उसने कर लिया मैंने नहीं करा, वो कर रहा है मैं नहीं कर रहा. That will help you grow. Okay, 3 to
This is
4
very
problems.
important. Like for growth perspective, you can grow much far in a group rather than you are growing alone. So, so if you want to grow fast, grow alone. If you want to grow till a greater extent, grow in groups. So it's a very nice thing to do. Like make a community in your college, help each other solving problems. I know in many colleges, specifically in mine, there are no college communities. So I had hard times finding friends that can solve problems with me. So you can just make a group of few people, like 4 or 5 are more than enough, and even 2 or 3 are more than enough, and start discussing on various topics, various data structures and all. When you are having lunch, dinner, you are hostlers, or you might be currently in online mode, we can just chit chat around few basic algorithms, few data structures कि हाँ ये क्यों अच्छा है, ऐसे भी कर सकते हैं. Make fun of these data structures. You will learn a lot. So this is the best way to learn anything.
We are also planning, like at Code Riders also, we try to make that community thing happen in existence. We try to build a small groups of 3 to 4 people where you become friends with people from other colleges who have similar mindset. I understand a lot of people are there that I want to grow, but there is no one who is type of having the similar mindset like me, who does not like I mean वो लोग बोलते हैं कि कॉलेज में ऐसे लोग ही नहीं है. I understand this is the major difficulty. So all these people who are interested, we try to bring a community, we try to form a community at Code Riders that is doing the same thing. Yeah, okay. So yeah,
And
okay,
also we
what?
can, I think, add one more question in this: DSA or competitive? It's a widely asked question. Everyone is confused. We should go for competitive or normal data structures.
Yeah, DSA versus competitive, done. So I think we should discuss DSA versus competitive. अच्छा, अब लोगों को शायद भरोसा हो गया होगा कि हाँ मतलब सवाल जवाब तो बता रहे हैं. Is there still at this moment you want to ask, you want to add your questions to the list? Please feel free to. Now people might have gained some confidence कि चलो बता रहे हैं, ठीक लग रहा है. At this moment also you want to ask questions, you can feel free to add to the list.
So
I would
one
love to
question
hear.
from Aryan is, what are the basic necessities for an electronics or communication engineer to get placed in a CS core company? I can also reframe this question. How to get a placement in a core CS company when you are from a different branch, even if mechanical?
Get a CS job, baby. CS
Hmm.
job, and from a non-core, from other branches basically.
Yeah.
Well, I think guys, branches is something that you have put in your mind on a very honest scale.
Hmm.
I understand opportunities are there for the CS people to some extent. I totally understand that. I totally agree. But it is like other branches, the other concepts. What all things? What is that? It is just like you will have to put a little more effort, a little more effort. Apart from your syllabus, you will have to cover that CS part also. That is only the thing, right? That extra effort is only that is missing. That extra effort is only that is missing. That from other for the other branches people, you will have to put a little extra effort for the CS job things. But believe me, a lot and a lot of companies are there that are open to any branch. Okay, a lot and lot of companies are there that are open to all branches. Okay, so opportunities की कमी नहीं है. Okay, a lot of companies are there that are open to all branches. But what is required? It is the same skill that is required. What skill? I'm talking about the problem solving skill, the language, the fundamentals, computer fundamentals are there. What computer fundamentals? Like OS, DBMS, computer networks. So these things are already taught to computer students. I understand, but it is not like, they are a property of the computer science students. It is not a proprietorship, right? Anybody can understand them. Anybody can learn them. It is you guys that you need to learn these subjects, OS, DBMS, computer networks, that will really make your job ready. And it is not a branch thing. Okay, you need to make sure that your problem solving skills are strong, your computer core fundamental things are strong, you are really confident about talking, and you're really confident about explaining or expressing your ideas. Getting a job is not at all difficult. Okay, first you need to believe that right direction and success is there in your hands.
Yeah.
How to solve medium and hard problems when you get stuck?
Um, Everyone faces this problem.
This is this
It's like
problem.
even we still face this problem. So,
It's always a continuous learning process, end to
yes.
end, always a
It's
continuous
like
learning
you
process.
can think it as of a math problem. So when you solve addition, subtraction, multiplication, it's quite simple. When you move to a bit more complex problem, then you have a hard time getting a step up on trigonometry. So after trigonometry, there is even harder problems. So the best example is the 11th standard that you were in. So the
One day you will
math,
meet integral.
the math
And life
jump
will be.
was exponential. So it will take time, but definitely you have to keep on practicing, maintain the consistency. That's the key point, and you can solve it. So coming to DSA versus competitive. Okay. So, and one line, competitive is not at all necessary. Like, not at all. Every company present outside asks only DSA, and lead code, easy, medium, hard level is sufficient to crack any company present out, even Google. Even Google asks from lead code. So competitive is not at all necessary. You can only do competitive when it's of your interests. So you must have seen various competitive programmers out there giving their interview. They are master on code forces, candidate master, grandmaster, like having the seventh rank in the world. So in their interview, what they mentioned, you know what? So one a software developer like me asked him, how are you able to solve the this complex problems in a very short time? So he answered ki, um, what we people like software developers have a plan in mind ki they'll do competitive, and once they get a job they are done. So the motivation for doing competitive is the job. But for the competitive programmers, those who are at the very high level, so for them, job is not the motivation perspective. Their motivation is not getting a job. Their motivation is solving a problem, and like giving any Olympiad, a math Olympiad, science Olympiad, and in the same way, the competitive programming works. So it's more of a choice than a necessity. So it's not mandatory to do competitive. It's just key. It's your wish. If you want, it's well and good. If you are a very good competitive coder, it's obvious key you will be able to solve any lead code problem. That's obvious. But lead code is enough. So I
This is
think
really asked an interesting question. I would love to answer this. How as code writer can help? I think Swapnil is the right man to throw some light on this part. I think.
so. And also, Tushar, in DSL, let's elaborate DSL, the topics, the data structures,
Hmm.
Yeah,
what all are in.
take all the question, then I will explain them how code writer can help them. Obviously,
Okay.
we will
Great.
going to cater
Sure.
that question.
So, guys, like majority of the data structures are the primitive basic data structures that are there in your college books. I'm not saying ki go and study it from those books, but what I'm just telling you the topics. So arrays, strings, linked list, heap, map, all stacks, queues. These are the like basic data structures, and then there are hierarchical data structures. So I'll just get a bit slow, and I'll wait for Tushar to complete the writing thing. So trees and like BSTs, graphs, these are hierarchical data structures. They are not linear. And then comes dynamic programming and few more advanced topics that are hardly asked. So DP is not a data structure, it's a technique, dynamic programming. So these are the like basic topics that every company asks from. So if I want to categorize them on the basis of companies, then the companies, those who generally pay around 15 LP, okay, 8 for the first part, and till 15 I'll go. So yeah, the companies that pay up to 15 or even more, I can say that any product based company. So they ask these two topics, like these two brackets of topics, and the companies like Google and above 18 LP company or 18, or you should not categorize it in the CTC perspective.
Sky
The
is the limit.
companies, the companies that are in the top tier, like Code Nation, Tower Research, Google, Direct ID Show, these all companies generally prefer asking dynamic programming and a few more topics from these two brackets also.
I don't really know if this even motivates to some people, but a fresher can really get something around 60 LPAs at starting as a fresher. This is possible. This is, I'm not joking, but for that, you should really start focusing on problem solving. I don't know if that really works as a motivation for you or not, but yes, this is possible. And this is the CTC part. I think you can get something around 40 to 42 types in hand types. So if you can try going in this line, I think this is something that you can try on.
Yes, and to give you some confidence on the knowledge that we just shared, like me and Tushar have given numerous interviews, cracked many of them. What we observed is DP is not generally asked. It's, even if they ask dynamic programming question, it's a basic classical level question. That's it. They will not reform a new question out of DP and give you to solve. But when you interview at Google or any other company that I name, then they will form a new question and present it in front of you, and they'll ask solve it. And then it's a bit tricky. So for rest of the companies, even if you have a classical knowledge of DP, like basic questions, then you are good to go.
Mhm. Okay. Okay. So I think this is the DSA part. I would also like Swapnil to maybe take up the podium at this point and maybe try to
Yeah.
talk about the 3 to 8 LPA bracket that we are really preparing for. I mean the
Okay. 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 So basically, someone was asking how CodeRider can help. Let me present my screen. Give
that
me a
job
minute.
guarantee program, Swapnil, we can discuss
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah. Okay.
Service based idea.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. So first thing that CodeRider, basically, we are a tech startup. We are trying to basically not to we are trying to build a community where you can learn the things, and you can put the problem solving skills and get the job into product based company. So basically right now we have 2 3 programs. First is job ready program. Many of you have asked what is problem solving, how can I get better at it. So this is job ready program, the DSA course. You will learn all the DSA problems. There will be all the topics that is going to covered, plus one more benefit that you are going to get from this course is it is comes with system design course. Like mentors may not have mentioned, but system design is one of the important topic that is asked these days very much. And when you complete this, you will get guaranteed referrals in the product based companies. Apart from them, that we have web dev classes. Okay. And then where you are going to create 10 plus cool amazing unique products that is not available on the internet. And also we have launched the company specific batch. Like basically this is Amazon crack batch, where we are going to guide you specifically what are the important question. We will give you a sheet to solve them, and that will surely help you to crack companies like Amazon. But there are companies apart from Amazon and other product based companies that are actively working. Like when we are fresher, we basically target those companies such as TCS, Cognizant, Infosys, Mindtree. These companies are also very much important when you are working as a fresher or you're just practicing. So at the start of career, we basically focus on those companies as well. Let me share that. Just give me a second. Okay, so basically there is one more program that we are going to talk about, that is guaranteed placement series that we are going to launch for the tier 2 tier 3 colleges, where students are not that much confident enough to crack these companies as well, or they wanted to just start their career with the service based companies, or get the job. Their job is the major priority. So for that we are going to give you the course, and this is totally free course. Like it's not a paid course until and unless you are not pleased. So in this course you are going to get the same guidance, same mentors. Everything would be same. I would totally like you all guys to consider this and check it out on our website and everywhere. Like what we are planning you to provide these course for free. Come here, learn, and then when you got placement, just pay us. So this is the course. You will get the details from us. Text anyone from us, and we will tell you how to crack into those companies, right? Tushar, would you like to add something into
Yeah,
this?
I think I'll just try to just allow me that my screen. I'll try to
Okay.
discuss that little better, matlab,
Okay.
more detail.
Okay. Okay. Sure.
Great, thank you. Yeah, so I think thank you, Swapnil. That was great insight about the programs. I'll just like to
Okay.
add one or two more points on that. On this job guarantee program, this is what I think you guys can definitely try. So for all those people who are in the third year, this is the perfect time for you guys. Okay, third year, the perfect time